Kept video, kept time video.
Okay, this is a commercial grade type carpet. It's got that short, real super short loop to loop. I mean, you can almost not even see the loop without getting real close to it. And it's the kind of used in restaurants and places because it's easier to clean up and stuff, and it's less chance of it tearing or anything. It's real industrial. And but anyhow, I like it. But the bad thing is it will build up a static charge as you walk across it. If your feet rub against it, you build up a static charge in you. Or if you've got a cat, he runs across it, it builds up a static charge. He's trying to look innocent. But the whole room back here has it. Even around here in my little comfort zone. Let me show you where it happened at this morning. Okay. I was sitting here. I don't remember if I was watching a movie, but I know I was on the internet. And you got to get this whole picture here. I was sitting right here and at the keyboard, and the mouse is right here. And the keyboard is metal. This is aluminum right here. All the way around, it's aluminum. And this thing here is metal. This is made out of metal. Right here. It's all constructed out of metal. I don't know what it looks like under there. But in the past, Leroy, my cat, would jump up here to get in my lap, and then he would rub against this edge right here, which it had paint metal edges showing. Okay? And I'd lose my mouse or something. I mean, I would have to shut the computer down and restart it to get access of my mouse again. But since then, we have put rubber tape on the edges here. It's got rubber tape all the way down the edge, all the way down this edge here. There's rubber tape. That way, if he rubs up against it, because he gets really statically charged. When he comes across that floor, he's playing, he's moving around, he's romping, he's having a good time. And then he'll come around here and jump up on me. Well, today, he got up here and he got to wrestling and stuff, and he rubbed up against his keyboard. He likes the way it feels or something, and he rubbed up against his keyboard here, and then the lights went out. Okay, I'm trying to do a reenactment here, and Leroy is not wanting to persist. Listen at him, listen at him, listen at him. But then, the keyboard went out. No lights. The lights are out, everything. I went around there and unplugged it, the keyboard, to give this demonstration. But the keyboard went out. So now I don't have a mouse. The mouse didn't work, or the keyboard. All the lights went out. I mean, I had the screens were full. You know, the computer was running and everything. So I figured, well, what I'll have to do is just shut it down and let it reinstate itself. You know? So I went over here and I pushed the button there to turn it off, because I couldn't use the mouse. I had to just go ahead and just shut it down with the button. So then, after it shut down and restarted, then it comes up with a screen, you know, if you want to continue on or something with Windows or something like that. Normal, something like that. I don't remember what the words are. You know, the black screen, and it's got it's got some words up there. Well, I couldn't click it. I could hit enter because these were not working, and the mouse still wasn't working. Well, I said, well, maybe I need to shut it down again. So I go over here and I push that button again and I shut it down again. And it would come up and you'd see the screens coming up, but I still didn't have any keyboard or any mouse. No mouse, no keyboard. Okay? Well, by that time I didn't figure it had to been static electricity from him, because we've been dealing with this problem. See, I've got that board down there. I've covered it with vinyl. I've got a rubber mat there. I'm sitting on an acrylic pad here for the chair. The chair's sitting on an acrylic pad. I mean, it's all away from that carpet. That nylon, or I don't know what kind. I'd have to look it up and see what all's in it. But I know it builds up a static charge, because I remember when I was going to school, which was a few days ago, and they just laid new carpet. It was a 3-story school, big school uptown. Not this town, but anyhow. They had just laid carpet, and we would rub our feet, scratch our feet, you know, the bottom of the feet along the carpet, the same kind of carpet, and then we'd walk up to somebody and stick our finger out near their skin, and you'd see a charge come across there. You know? You would see a little small lightning bolt come across there. So, I'm aware of the carpet. And I've had issues like this before, but usually I could just shut it down, turn it back on, and everything is Christmas again. Everything's great. But this time it wouldn't. I did it like 3 or 4 times. And I also, during that 3 or 4 times, I removed the USB cable for the keyboard. I removed the USB cable for the mouse and reinstated them in different sockets, USB sockets, to where maybe when the computer comes back up, the BIOS would re-examine them and put them in a new order, you know, in a new setting. I don't remember what they call that. It's not called setting. Anyhow, I do my own computer stuff too, but trying to think of that word. But anyhow, disregarding all that, I'd get a screen halfway up, but I still didn't have a keyboard and mouse. Even though I was moving them around, I even brought them around here and plugged them in. They're plugged in on the back. I even brought them around here and plugged them in, and restart the computer, and nothing would change. The light would blink and it'd go out. The mouse, nothing. No movement, no nothing. So I finally had to walk with me around here. I had to go back here and just literally unplug it. And then just walk off. I waited like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so, and then I plugged it back in and turned it on, and everything came up great. I guess while I'm back here, I ought to go ahead and plug in that keyboard again. Okay. So, what am I going to do? Okay. Well, I got online, and I got the computer to look up some stuff for me. And the first thing I did is I put this clear tape here, packing tape, on top of this edge here, all the way down and up along the sides. That way if Leroy rubs up against it, it won't do anything. Okay? And I still got this rubber along here. It's going to remain there forever. Okay, now I got this covered. But then, like I said, I did some studying online. This is where Leroy lays at. So I wrapped some wires here, right there. They're not hooked to nothing, they're just wires. And when he lays on there, it's supposed to decharge him. It's supposed to decharge him. And then I found this little rack here. That maybe when I put my feet on here, it will decharge me. But let me get the computer to read something to you. Computer, read to me. Tell me about static electricity and computers.
Static electricity with a computer. Static electricity is created when positive and negative charges aren't balanced. Protons and neutrons don't move around much, But electrons love to jump all over the place. When an object or person has extra electrons, it has a negative charge. What happens to protons in static electricity? Static electricity is caused by the tiny charged particles, called electrons and protons, that make up matter. These particles can be positively charged or negatively charged. Due to the electric force, protons and electrons are attracted to each other, and will move toward each other if possible. Internal computer parts are susceptible to static electricity. The internal workings of a computer, and especially the hard drive, are extremely susceptible to static electricity, which can cause considerable damage to the hard drive if it is zapped with even a small amount. How do I get rid of static in my body before working on my computer? You can protect against EST and discharge static electricity from your body by touching a metal grounded object such as an unpainted metal surface on your computer's I/O panel before you interact with anything electronic. Grounding is the process of releasing the charge safely to the earth by creating a balance of voltage between you and the computer. In summary, you need to ground yourself to get rid of any static buildup rather than allowing it to cause damage to your computer parts. You could always purposefully discharge yourself every once in a while. If you carry a metal object like a coin, key or paper clip around with you, and touch it to something metal in your house, any electrons stuck to your body will flow through the metal and away, preventing the jumping effect that causes a shock. The easiest fix to static electricity may be to carry a safety pin or metal key in a pocket. Touching it before anything else transfers electron charges to safeguard against shocks. Also, use a metal hanger and gently rub it against clothes before putting them on. The object will collect any static electricity and allow you to dress comfortably. Simply tear off a sheet of aluminum foil, ball it up and toss it into the dryer with your clothes. Voila! No more static. You can even use the same foil ball for 2 or 3 loads.
Yeah, this is my comfort zone right here. Get back here, I can watch a fire over there, I can watch a movie there, or I can watch a movie up there. I got all my buddies over here. They're all waiting for the movie to start. I like collecting masks. And along with a lot of other things. But and then I got the phone here, I got a caller ID here, keyboard, mouse, all of this here moves. Microphone, headset, whatever. See, there he is. He's sitting right on top of them wires. And he's decharging. It's hard to believe, but the internet, I checked several places on the internet, and they all say the same thing. Now, this wire thing does not work as good as I want it to right here. See his wire right here? And then I got mine there. What I'm going to end up doing, I'm going for overkill. Because that's just how I live. I'm going to attach a wire, solder a wire on his, solder a wire on mine, and I'm going to run it outside to the ground pole and ground it to natural ground. And I'll see if that works. Because I'm not changing my carpet. Because I like the short industrial type carpet. Yep, this is an update. I already made a change already. I think it's going to be a huge improvement. That is sheets of metal down there. They're flat. And Leroy is my main culprit. Because his feet are bare. He wears no shoes. No rubber shoes or nothing. He can't wear them. But he is my biggest static problem to the computer. But he almost has to walk across that to get over here to where I'm at. And like I said earlier, if I have to, I'll run a ground wire from that. And I got the wire that's on his little place there. And I've got the wire for my feet. Because my slippers are leather on the bottom. And they will pick up a static charge too. But anyhow, that's my update. I think this is the final of this one. And I'm pretty sure this is going to work. And I hope I helped you guys out. I believe it helped me out. But I will add, if I have trouble once again, like I did this morning, I mean, I was frantic. I couldn't get online. I mean, to me, that's very important because that's knowledge. All my questions are answered from being online, sharing information with people, visiting with people. Everything's online. And I couldn't get the computer, the keyboard and stuff to work. So like I said earlier, I unplugged the cord, the power cord from behind the computer. I let it sit there for like 30 or 45 minutes. That way it could decharge itself, if that's what it is. I believe it is. And once it did that, decharged itself, then I plugged the cord back in and turned it on. And it came up just like no problems at all. No problems at all. But anyhow, if this information will help anybody out there besides yourself, I know it helped me, share it with them and let them know. And I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you later. Bye, YouTube world. See you later. Bye. Alright guys, tell them where you seen it at. If you like it, like it. And if you want to stay in touch, subscribe. We'll stay in touch. I'll even go check out your channel. Talk to you later. Bye.